Hello there, good people. Good evening. I hope you've been okay, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Art Club Show. I am your host for today, Val Wanyoike. I'm so glad to be here today and to introduce you to the show. But before that, remember, I always have really beautiful tips for how you can make your styling, how you make your overall outwards look be more appealing, more attractive, more alluring and happy. This week's tips will be how to make your wardrobe come from to, a bit brighter. I know they'll chew me. I know the economy right now is not very, very good. So we don't really have money to throw around and get a whole new wardrobe or throw away the wardrobe we currently have, So try to incorporate things like scarves, either you see like this little flower that I'm wearing here, colorful coats, colorful pants, small thing, colorful belts. Just try to introduce new color into your wardrobe, and you'll find that when you're putting things together, it will give it a new look. It will give it a much brighter look. It will make you feel happier. It will make you feel different. I'm sure you will also get a bunch of new compliments. So try that out. Add a color of pop into your new wardrobe, or at least people will think you have a whole new wardrobe by just incorporating little pieces that will be also good on your pocket and still leaving you comfortable. Thank you so much, and I would like to welcome you to this week's episode. Stay with me.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, my beautiful people. I hope you're doing okay. This is your host for today, Val Wanyoike. I hope you're happy. I hope you're chilled. I don't know where you're from. Maybe you're from work. Maybe you're from school. Maybe you've just been chilling in the house. But I'm here to try and make your evening a bit better, a bit brighter, give you some conversation to get into or something. Remember, you can always check out this whole show without the edited parts on our YouTube, that is at GBS TV Africa. You can get us on our social medias, that is at GBS TV Africa. Remember, you can also text us on our SMS at 21144. And welcome, and I am finally gonna introduce you to our guest for today, who is multi-talented. It's gonna be an exciting show, so just, keep at it and don't press that dial. Welcome to today's show.
Thank you.
What's your name, please?
My name is Lora.
Laura?
Yes.
Laura, so what do you do? Tell us what is...
I'm an artist. I can say generally I sing, and I'm also an illustrator.
You sing and you're also an illustrator?
Yes.
Wow. So illustration, what is illustration?
Illustration, let me simplify it to drawing.
Yes.
But I major in digital art, not the traditional. So I do all my artwork on my computer.
Okay, that's interesting. There's a difference, by the way. There's traditional forms of art. Mm-hmm. The canvas, the paint, and all of that.
Yeah.
How comes you didn't decide to go into that? How comes you decided to go digital?
I find digital art very flexible. At the time I started digital art just when I'd become a mother, and for me it was very convenient because I didn't have to go to town every time to get materials to stuff.
Yeah.
It's not as expensive as traditional art, and it's also very easy to experiment.
Okay.
things. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense, by the way, because a lot of I love paintings. I've bought like so many paintings in the past, and I just love looking at art in different forms. But what I would always get when I talk to the artists or when I talk to my friends who do this is it's expensive, like paint, kununua paint, alafu msee anakuja anakuambia uwezi muzia painting 6K. Unaanza kupata like it's things that you really can't know until you're in the shoe of the artist and you're actually spending and trying to buy this and that. Yeah, so I'd like to know, by the way, what's really the difference between being a canvas painter and being an illustrator?
I'd say for canvas, you really have to know your way with brushes and paint and how to mix colors. It's more or less the same in digital art, but I'd say digitally, for me, it was easier to grasp the concept. Yeah, so, and digitally, it's generally, I guess, faster. It's faster.
Oh, okay. That's really good, by the way. You mentioned you preferred it also because of the workload. Sometimes if you need to get somewhere or if you have a child, it's just easier to like carry everything around and be more comfortable, let's say.
Yes, especially I chose digital art, especially because of my motherhood. You know, I wanted to take care of my kids myself. So this running errands in town every time would have been hectic.
That's beautiful that you're a mother.
Yes. So at the time I picked digital art also because of the influence of my husband. He's an animator and he was exposed to the industry at the time. And when I was just there sitting on my maternity leave, actually, he showed me one day how to do a cartoon portrait art. He did one for me, and then he showed me the process. And then from there, I started practicing doing other people's portraits for different artists, the former presidents of Kenya. And then I got good at it and turned it into a business.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Can I just mention that I love the really special part about it's your partner that got you into it and like taught you when you were somewhere where you couldn't really move around and anything. That's really beautiful that you also saw something that you could do while you were not moving around. And it got to something that you love doing, you know? That's really amazing. I have another question for you. How do you usually get to learn about new techniques, new tools you can use as a digital artist? How do you learn about different techniques and new things that come out?
I spend a lot of time on Pinterest. My God. I have so many boards. I find Pinterest very educative and very inspiring. There are so many artists there who've posted their work from different places. There are guides on how to draw. I also check people on YouTube. There are some tutorials on YouTube I get for inspiration and also guidance. And sometimes I go to art galleries, like the ones in other schools. Like sometimes BIFA has their showcases. Or the ones in Westlands. You look at other people's art and you just know what to do to improve yours. So literally just borrowing from people who are in the industry. Yes, I learn from others a lot.
That's really important, by the way. And also being able to put yourself out there as a sponge and just absorb everything that you can from your environment and other people. It's really beautiful.
Thank you.
So do you only do, I've checked out your Instagram page, do you do portraits only, or do you get inspiration also from like other things, like you'd see a beautiful flower or something? Do you only do portraits or is it like wide?
When I started off, I found myself very interested in drawing people. Like I remember telling my husband, by the time I'm done, I want to be able to draw a face on the book and paint it digitally in a way that it looks like it's a real person that exists. Well, I'm getting there. But drawing people intrigues me. I haven't really tried drawing a lot of nature, but I'm heading there. And also, I'm trying to transition into doing comics, which is also people-related, telling stories and showing people's experiences and emotions. Yeah.
Oh,
Mostly people, just things to do with people.
that's really, really interesting, by the way, that you've narrowed it down to people, because I do get really, really successful photographers and they just major in one thing. Like if they're doing wildlife or they're doing fashion photography or something, they will most time just major in that type of field. So why people for you?
I find it very interesting. You know, when you look at a person, you can tell their emotions. Sometimes you can look at a person and just tell the general nature. And for me, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
very interesting. So if I can show some emotion through my art or give a personality just by drawing a face, that's an achievement for me.
That's really beautiful, by the way. Also being able to just see the emotions of somebody and put it either on screen or on paper, and you could just look at that picture and feel the emotion.
Yes.
I feel like that's a really, really big thing to be able to do. And you mentioned that you got this inspiration, by the way, after you delivered.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful that your husband was there and he was supportive.
Yes, he's very.
How has it been since you started? Do you encounter any challenges in this specific field?
Yeah, I do. I think every field has challenges.
True.
Yeah, okay. As I said, I'm a mother, so sometimes multitasking can be difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have an artistic block. You don't know what to draw, or you draw things so much and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. You get stuck. So you stay a long period of time just there waiting for a spark, and it doesn't come until you take a step and just find it yourself. And also sometimes it's hard to get people to see the worth in your art. Like also you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
If you tell someone even a low price, they'll say, but it's just like this, just chap, People see art online or on TV and they think it's a very simple process. There's a quote that says art isn't a 15-minute work or a 1-minute job. It's not a 1-minute job.
Because actually you don't know where this person has sourced these things, even if it looks like it's simple. You don't know where they've sourced the things.
And the time to learn it.
The time to learn it also. But there's so many things that people don't understand when it comes to art, the appreciation. But I'm finding that at least nowadays, especially in Africa and Kenya, we're not there yet, but people have started learning about art and appreciating it a bit in different ways, like putting it in their houses.
Yes, pole pole.
Yeah, and stuff. Kitambo, you couldn't even find like someone buying like a painting raw that somebody like painted and then putting it.
Someone would just get a
copy paste.
The ones copy pasted up there.
Exactly.
A calendar.
Imagine
the calendars with big visuals.
The calendar was our art whatever.
Centerpiece.
It's crazy how we've come from like so far, by the way. Tell me, have you ever created something or drawn something for a client and they didn't like it? Tell me about the experience. If you've ever come across it, if it's ever happened, how was your reaction? How was their reaction? Were you able to, I don't know, maybe make it better, or was it a gone case?
This happened especially around the time when I was starting.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can start drawing someone, and then when you start shading the face, now it comes out as someone totally different.
Yeah.
So you send the photo and they're like, no, this doesn't look like my son at all. And sometimes people send pictures that are low quality, and you try to draw from them, it comes out different and they complain. So it becomes frustrating because to some extent I'm a perfectionist, to some extent, So I really take my work seriously.
Yeah.
And so you send someone sends a photo, you try to draw to the exact likeness, and it comes out the way you're looking at it, but they say, no, this isn't the sun.
It's not
so
working.
you try again. You try the second time, say, no. So at the end they say, I can't pay for this, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So those are the challenges sometimes, especially with portrait drawing.
Oh, by the way, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And in every field, there must be troubles, there must be challenges that we encounter. We just need to have proper ways to navigate, I guess.
Yeah.
And just like the way we say it, the traditional form of art has the disadvantages of they're carrying your entire thing.
Yeah, they're carrying your entire
place.
studio.
Trying to sell it for you right now, you can just walk with your phone, and once you get there, you can just send the information or share it with people.
Yeah.
So everything, by the way, has its own challenges. So you've talked about this, but I just want you to clarify it for us. How do you overcome a creative block when you because I actually encounter that too sometimes, where I feel like will I go and like work with this client, like my styling, I feel like it's gotten to a place where it's not really moving. Do you really encounter things like that, and in what ways do you combat it? How do you get back out there, or like try to get out of that deep black hole sometimes that we find ourselves in?
I experience that quite often.
Yeah.
And most of the time what I do, I take a break, first of all. I do something I like, mostly just watching.
Yeah.
A nice movie or something,
Yeah.
and then I also check out other people's art. When I feel like I have nothing in my mind to draw or come up with, I go find someone else's drawing and try to make something out of it. And then once I'm done and I look at it and if I feel like it's very nice, it inspires me to draw something. So the next day I wake up looking at, wow, this one turned out good, so today I can make something else.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And if I get positive feedback, even if it's from 2 people, it's going to encourage me to do something else.
By the way, you never really know the power. Sometimes people like take it too hard on themselves, and you're like, no, I just have to finish this, I just have to finish this. But I feel like sometimes we don't know the importance of just like chilling and taking a break, even though it's a few minutes. Even when you're studying, sometimes it's like, wow, I'm studying, but I can't really understand anything else. Hakuna kitu inaingia, ni kama kuna gate inasema no more information in here. Yeah, imekata kuingia. So literally just like taking a few minutes off, going, taking a small walk, or watching like a new movie, it gives you so much more perspective. Yeah,
you need a break every once in a while.
Yeah, and when you go back to it, it's just like a new page.
Yeah. No, you don't know what you can do. You can stay a long period trying to work something out.
Yeah.
Then you just take a nice good sleep, and when you wake up, you do it faster.
You figure it out as if it was like, it wasn't even. Yeah, true, I get that. So something else that I really, really, really appreciated about you is you sing. And not only that, you are very, very, and guys, if I tell you very, you must. You must go to her YouTube that she will obviously give us by the end of this episode. She'll have given us her details, but she is such a lovely singer. She is just a beautiful singer. So
thank you.
Tell us a bit about your singing journey, how it started. Did it start at a young age, or did you find yourself along the way? How did it start?
I started at a young age.
Yeah.
I guess most people say this, but for real I did.
It's not just being corny.
When I was younger, we used to only listen to gospel music, at the house. So I joined the choir, in church, and I learned how to sing, the confidence, and I generally liked it, being with people and singing. So as I got older, I got exposed to more music, different music. I liked R&B and soft rock at the time. Adele, you know,
Oh, yeah.
Avril Lavigne. I used to listen to those people a lot, and I also tried to sing like them, to make my voice sound like them, and I improved in the process. In high school, I met a girl who used to write but didn't sing, and she taught me how to write music. So I started practicing at the time.
How is it, by the way, the process of writing a song? When she could teach you, what were the things that she would say?
She would tell me to listen to my favorite artists, or sometimes to just imagine something and try to. Didn't explain that.
Because like that's so interesting. I've always wondered, like, because there's even big artists who still have ghostwriters. Like people don't know they're being written for songs, but they're being written for songs. So it's just like it's something so big that it can be taken from this song that it's written to being sung, and it makes such a big change, you know?
Yeah, it does. Writing can be difficult. So for me, writing comes easier when it's from experience or what I feel, or someone else's experience. It's easier to describe it that way. Sometimes it's like you're writing a letter. You know, you've noticed most of my music is love. Yeah, about love. Yeah. I can't say I'm a hopeless romantic. Actually, labda nitafika hapo.
Kuna ugumu ndani yako bado.
Yeah, I do. Okay, some rebelliousness. So for me, it's easier to write for me in what I feel. So, like most of the songs I've written were inspired by now husband again.
Oh, that's so lovely.
I know I sound obsessed.
My God.
But yes, a lot were about him, and it made it easier for me to write. Yeah, but as for the girl who taught me, I hope she's writing still.
That's really beautiful, by the way. If you could just go back a little more before I ask this other question I have. What is it really that made you start singing when you were young? Was it like getting into church and then maybe getting into the choir and seeing that, okay, I can do something here, or?
At first it was curiosity, because I was shy before, but you know, we were in a group, so unaingia hapo ndani, you just disappear there and your voice. Yeah, I love to hear harmonies and all that, so it made me join. Yeah, because I wanted to be part of the group.
That's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And this song you have called Happy Days.
Yeah.
What was that? What were you thinking about when you wrote that song? And what perspective were you looking at life at?
When I wrote Happy Days, I was just new to motherhood. And also I was experiencing some pressure, you know. I just finished campus.
Yeah.
I started fashion design.
What?
Just like you, yeah.
Oh my God, I have so many questions about that. That's beautiful, by the way.
Okay, I studied it, but for me it didn't really sync with my interest.
Yeah, with your interest.
So I was still stuck trying to find out what to do. I tried doing some random jobs, you know. I wanted to sit there, and also people judging because you just finished campus and you've got a baby. So I was expressing myself in terms of the stress I was having to fulfill everybody's expectations of me. Yeah. Like I had finished campus, my parents expected me to get a job. Yeah. You know? I tried working and I didn't like it. I actually quit after a month in the industry.
Team self-employment.
Yes, and I wanted to continue with music, but it was, at the time, it wasn't considered to be a serious line of work, you know. So this was more of a society pressure. Like, now what do I do? I should get a specific job that should be pleasing and acceptable to the society. I should work with the right people. And I'm a mom now. I should now start dressing like a...
So many things, by the way, they want you to change.
Yeah, so the song speaks about the judgment people experience, or the judgment I experienced at that time. Yes.
That really makes a lot of sense, by the way, because I honestly feel like the major challenges that young mothers go through, especially if they're at a point that they weren't really ready, is the judgment that comes with it. And sometimes you really just don't have a right to judge someone because the other person is the one who is walking in their own shoes.
Yeah.
They're the ones who decided to go with the decisions that they made. So I usually feel like we should be more respective of like people's decision and the way they live their lives, and you be more at peace, you know, be able even to like understand the other person, all of that.
Empathize.
So that's really, really important. I love that that song actually talks about that, by the way, and you've really expressed it in such a beautiful way.
I'm glad.
If you were to say, what is your favorite song from the songs that you've released? What would be your favorite, something that you would love and you would perform every single time if given a chance?
I've been trying to think about it.
Yeah. Because you have a couple of really beautiful ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked, I still like my very first song. That is Sing to You.
Sing to You?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that song was the first one I wrote by myself and actually recorded in a studio. And it was simple and just very genuine for me. Yeah. I like Sing to You, and I like Never Let You Down.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does Never Let You Down Never Let You Down talk about?
Never Let You Down is more like a promise.
Yeah.
You know how...
Was it a dedication?
Obviously.
Yeah, you told
some
us
extent,
like most of your songs, by the way, you have somebody in mind.
Yeah,
That's really special.
it was. You know, especially right now, the way people stereotype women as only dating for money.
Tell me about it.
Yes. for me, that song, I wanted to express that I'll be there with the one I love, regardless of the situation. You know how, like in marriage vows, they say through sickness and in health.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Never Let You Down is about staying with your loved one regardless of the hard times. Yeah. And the hard times, the good, you still stay.
I have a question that only you can answer, by the way. Nobody else in this room can answer this question. How do you like look into your guys' eyes and there's this whole song that you've dedicated to them? Are they like usually so like smitten or happy or wako zile za guy? Mimi nimeandikiwa hii ngoma.
I wish.
Yeah.
I actually complain that he doesn't listen to them enough.
Really?
I don't sometimes I'm not sure if he's listened to all of them, but I hope it touched someone else as well.
Yeah, I get you. I like personally would be smitten if I had somebody write for me songs. It's like such a beautiful thing, by the way, especially if you're listening to it. It's just really, really beautiful.
I hope he is.
Yeah. I know you must be happy, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
If you were asked, by the way, I'm giving you a chance. Somebody just big says, I'm giving you a chance to choose one musician that you would love to have a collaboration with in future or something. Who do you think you would pick? And I know when I say in the whole world, it's very, very big. Or should we start in Kenya?
Let's start in Kenya.
Okay, who would you pick in Kenya?
In Kenya, I really like, can I choose more than one person?
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah.
I'm into Lisa Odor, Karen, and Zinia Manasseh.
Okay, what type of music do they do?
They sing R&B, mostly
R&B.
R&B, and just soulful music.
Oh yeah, your music is really, really soulful, by the way, so I'd understand why.
I'm actually transitioning to that in my next release. Yeah, there are several songs that are up that is now more R&B and less experimental.
Yeah. This just reminds me of a friend of mine who, like, she's very, very smart, and she plays soul music in the background to help her study. And I tried it once, and it worked really, really well, by the way. It's like it's a type of cramming that you will remember the lyrics or the way a song went, and you'll remember what you were reading at that particular time.
Yeah.
So soul music is like really relaxing. You can just have it as background music,
Yeah,
like,
it is
whenever,
very-
however.
Yeah, I love it for that.
What about in the world, Sasa? If you were to pick one artist in the world that you would love to collaborate with, you've mentioned Adele, but I'll give you another pass to talk about somebody else.
Currently, I'm very interested in Elaine.
Oh,
Elaine, she's the South African. She's a South African singer. I don't know if you've heard her song. You're the One. She has very nice vocals. Actually, the thing that intrigues me about most artists is the vocals. If I can just take out the instrumental and your voice is still going to stand out, your music basi imefika.
That's it. Like, you don't need supporting things to like make your voice better.
Yeah, her voice is very nice, and the way she writes her music, it's deep and expressive. Yeah, so I think that would be my go-to person.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one way to learn like what type of person you are and the things you love, and what kind of direction you're going to actually. It's been such a lovely interview, by the way, like getting to just talk to you and knowing these different things, and having somebody in the house who writes, guys, what's going on? Who writes music for the loved one. That's just the sweetest gesture I've ever seen. I'm sure. Have you ever written music for your baby?
I tried. Hey, so many people told me to try.
What happened?
I don't know.
It just didn't work out.
I think that one worked very well for Wahoo and Simi, but I tried nilishindwa ku-express. I don't know why.
Oh, by the way, that Wahoo song, Sweet Love.
Sweet Love. She
Yeah,
nailed it. I think it's still a thing until now. That is timeless.
Sweet Love
timeless.
is timeless.
Timeless.
I remember she even got like an MTV award or something. I don't remember what it was, but if I hear it now, I'm still gonna jump to it the same way I did all those years
in the
ago.
past,
Yeah, she it's just a beautiful song, but it's those we call them classical songs that just stay,
classic
you know,
and timeless,
for long. Yeah, timeless. So that's really, really beautiful. I've appreciated you being here in the studio.
Me too.
Welcome to Art Club Show, and we're so happy to have you here. By the way, you told me you have some new music that will be released in future, so hopefully we could have you back for your album release or your song release.
Yes, I'll definitely be back. I have to show you guys.
You have to.
It's a step up from what I used to make before. So, and also in the music I'm making right now, I'm also trying to incorporate my art into it. Like right now, I'm trying to learn animation. So you probably see that in some of my music. Hopefully, I'll make a catchy visualizer.
Yeah.
Let me take my time.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
These visualizers, they usually like, I've seen them in a few Nigerian songs. The one that maybe you see a chick is like, and the guy is like, oh yeah, like that.
Yes, Joe Boy.
I really, really liked that one.
They're very nice.
It's just, you can watch something and you're just happy watching it. So
yeah.
I can't wait for that, by the way. I'll be like your #1 supporter waiting for it.
Yes, I will.
And guys, make sure that you're also rooting for her too. She has really, really amazing music. In a bit, I'll just let her introduce her channel, her social media, her music, where you can find it, how you can listen to it, and all of that, guys. So just chill out, but I know it's been going okay. I hope it's been going okay on your side, and you're keeping warm, and yeah, so kindly please let our audience know where they can find you, our listener, the person watching, how they can find you on your social media, how they can listen to your music, find your art.
Let me start with music. Music, you can find me on YouTube and Spotify, Lora Stacy. Lora Stacy. the music, Spotify. There's also some of my music on iTunes, all platforms generally. You can also follow me on Instagram, Lora Stacy. For my art, I do portrait art. So if you have a photo and you want to be drawn, I'd say, whether a cartoon version or just a realistic version, you can find me on Instagram, Lora Arts, also on Facebook, Lora Arts, Lora with an Lora. I also do colors and for comic books, book covers, you know, if you have that kind of thing. Illustration in general, you can just find me there, or LinkedIn.
People, good, beautiful people of today. Have you heard what she said? She's just like giving you a pass of where you can go and listen to her music, how you can get her, how you can get a portrait illustration, how you can get your picture illustrated. There's like so much you can do, guys. There's like so much. So make sure you check her out. Remember that you can also watch the uncut, unedited version of this show at GBS TV Africa on YouTube. And you can also find us on our social medias, that is at GBS TV Africa. You can also text us on our SMS line, that is at 21144. Sorry about that. And just, you know, get into the engagement, text us, ask us questions that you may be having, engage with our show. If you have questions about the show, you can also just text us on that line and we can get back to you. I have been your host for today, Val Wanyoike. Remember, I am also a photographer and stylist, and I can help you revamp your wardrobe, make yourself look, you know, a bit more exciting. If you feel like your wardrobe needs a bit of change, I can also help you with that. If you have a photo shoot going, a birthday shoot going, and you want to look good, I can help you with that styling. So hit me up at Val_Wanyoike on Instagram. Thank you so much and welcome again to this week's episode. And I'll see you again on our next one. Cheers.
Yeah.